Hello, Aries. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be your full moon reading for June 5th. If you are new to my channel, my name is Melissa and I do zodiac readings for the new moon energy and the full moon energy. I was away for a little while with quarantine and everybody being home and me not being able to film videos, but I'm back and I'm happy to be here. So we'll talk about the full moon energy for a second. The full moon is the peak of the cycle. So we have the new moon, which is the beginning of the cycle and also the end, but we'll talk about that in the new moon video. Any intentions that you put out during new moon energy, this is the time where they're coming to the surface. This is where manifestations are happening that you intended in the new moon energy, and also where things come up that need to be released before you start the new cycle. Not before necessarily, but it will definitely help. Oh, lovely. We already have a jumper. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. All right, Aries. These cards are being unruly. Okay, so our first jumper was the Nine of Cups. Love it. Capricorn or Aquarius also had the Nine of Cups in their first two cards. I think it was their second card. So this may resonate for both of you. So if you want, after this, you can go watch that one. Or both of them, because I don't remember which one. Capricorn or Aquarius. One of the two. All right. Full moon energy for Aries, please. What is this full moon energy looking like for Aries? Okay. Eight of Swords. One more shuffle. Okay. Aries. Full moon energy for Aries. All right. Then we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so, interesting. When I have two good cards surrounding a not so good card, it tells me there's a blockage. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, which is very satisfactory. You're sitting pretty, you're doing your thing. It's about you feeling good about you. It's internal happiness, being satisfied emotionally for the most part. Okay, and then on the end, I'll get to the middle because I feel like that blockage needs more than I'm going to allow it. So we have the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups, again, emotions. The page is either a person or your own youthful energy, playfulness, that sort of thing. But it is a happy card. He's again with a satisfied feeling. He's got a fish, you know, like, so he's got food. I don't eat fish, but maybe he does because he looks pretty happy about it. You know, so we have these two quote unquote good cards with this in the middle. This is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is blocking you. So the energy behind this, I feel like, is not wanting to unbind yourself. You feel bound. You feel restricted in some way, causing a blockage. I mean, possibly whatever you feel is restricting you is creating the blockage, is the blockage. But I feel like there is definitely a blockage between your happiness with yourself, perhaps your happiness with the outside world. But there is definitely the blindfold, not wanting to see it, not wanting, like, you're not wanting to deal with this blockage. Like, you want to try and go around it. I circumvent the system is what I heard. So it's no, the only way out is through, honey. It is what it is. This blockage is preventing you from feasting. Okay, it's, you know, this energy, like, deep inside, I feel like you are okay, you're happy, like that's there in you, but there is something keeping you, and I feel like it's you not wanting to see the truth, not wanting to see something, feeling restricted, but really I feel like it's you restricting you. The eights, this is again the Eight of Swords. The eights, if you turn the eight on its side, it's the infinity symbol. It's, you know, kind of karma. It's you putting something out there and it coming back to you. And it just keeps going, right? And it's your chance to kind of break that habit. But I feel it's you doing it to yourself. So let's see what we can do about that. All right. Let's get some clarification on this Eight of Swords. What is blocking Aries? What is blocking Aries from their true happiness? What is blocking Aries from their true happiness? Okay. Another 9. We have the 9 of Wands. All right, I'm going to get one more because 8, 9, I want to see what happens. What is blocking Aries? What is blocking Aries from their happiness? The 3 of Cups. Okay, not what I expected. Good. Okay, so blocking you. Do you see what's going on here? Okay, so normally the 3 of Cups is a celebration, right? This deck doesn't say that to me. This deck says, somebody's talking behind your back. I see this as a small coven of witches that are like up to no good. We'll say that. And then we have our 9 of Wands guy kind of turning his back to them. So I feel like it's kind of you turning your, maybe there's somebody that has turned their back against you. That very well could be. These readings, because they're general and, you know, however many people watch them, it could be one way or the other. However it resonates for you is how it applies. But I feel like either you could be on either side of this. Somebody's turned their back on you. A group of friends has turned their back on you. Your church has turned their back on you. There's some cackling coven at work that's turning their back on you. I feel like that's kind of causing you to retreat. And when you're retreating, you're like way fucking retreating. You've tied yourself up, blindfolded yourself first because you couldn't do it after. You know, you blindfold yourself, you tie yourself up, you bind yourself because you don't want these influences infiltrating you, okay? Infiltrating your energy. This is you blocking off the outside energy, okay? Or it could be the other way. You are turning your back on something, and you're not, I don't feel like you're feeling good about it, to be honest. So, but like I said, these readings are vice versa, whichever way this situation applies for you. I just do feel like there was a point where you kind of just stopped, assessed the situation, and in doing so, people have deserted you. Or you stopped assess the situation and decided that it was time for you to take your leave. In whatever situation this applies to in your life. But I feel like doing that, you've kind of created a block. You've put up a wall, and that wall that you put up to protect yourself is now becoming your prison. Okay, let's get some advice. Any advice for Aries? Oh, it just got warm in here all of a sudden. What's that about? Aries. Advice for Aries, please. Stillness. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I need to pull a card so I can figure out what is this. What am I feeling for Aries right now? What am I feeling for Aries? That's what I thought. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands. So, what temperature does this card read to you? It looks hot, don't it? Because I just got really warm all of a sudden, and the air just felt really still. Kind of weird. But yeah, this definitely represents the feeling that I'm having. And this card is about conflict and change. Changing something due to conflict. That's what I get from here. This deck, do I have any other? No, I don't. there are a few cards in there where it's silhouettes instead of like seeing the person, like you can see him. It's a silhouette, no facial features, no clothes, whatever. This to me represents your shadow self. This is an internal work issue. So this is an internal change, internal conflict, or a conflict resulting in change. But I feel like that has to do with you internally. I see happiness around you though, okay? Don't be afraid to go for it. How does Aries find this happiness? I feel like it's about releasing these releasing the blindfold, releasing your bindings, releasing these conflicting emotions and thoughts. I really feel like that's what's important for you around this full moon in order to reach your full potential as far as your emotions go. I don't feel like you're keeping them in check very well. Being a little hot-headed maybe. Okay, advice for Aries. 6 of Swords. My favorite, one of my favorite tarot readers. I don't think she has a YouTube. I follow her in a group and she does live readings. And she's my reader crush, as she would say. This is her get on the boat, bitch card. This is leaving rough seas for calmer ocean, okay? Or calmer waters. Get on the boat. It's time to take off. Okay, this is, I mean, it could really just be about a trip, but look, okay, so we have choppy water on this side, calm on this side. It looks like maybe a wave getting ready to crash here. Storm brewing in the background. It's not a good environment. So the advice from this card, literally from my reader crush, who I love and am in several groups with, she would say, get on the boat, bitch. That's the advice. I don't even know if I need to pull another card, but I'm going to try. Do we need another card for Aries? Nope. That was it. Get on the boat. It's time to make a transition, leaving some conflicting thing, some cackling coven. It's time to move on and into your own happiness. But I do feel like this is a day-to-day occurrence. This isn't something that is profoundly happening all of a sudden that's going to make a, like earth-shattering revelation for you. I feel like it's something that you kind of maybe are already aware of, but it's time to move on. It's time to leave these choppy waters behind and, focus on yourself. Focus on doing your internal work. Okay, releasing your shadow self. There are a few people I follow on TikTok that post shadow journaling prompts every day. Great advice. A shadow journal would be very beneficial for you right now. Looking at things that trigger you, things that if there's just somebody you don't like, you look at why you don't like them and what that's reflecting. It's recognizing that there is a mirror in everyone that you meet. So when you see someone or meet someone or encounter a situation that makes you feel in any negative way, anger, hostility, what are the other negative ones? Depression or sadness, anxiety. If somebody or something, a certain situation always triggers that for you, it's time to look at that. And that's what I feel like is your blinder right now, and what is your binding. Because you've put up that wall to protect yourself. And now I feel like you've made it your prison and you don't know how to get out. So I feel like that will be very beneficial. So I would, during this full moon time, kind of look at those things. Maybe wait till the new moon when it's a fresh new cycle to start a new journal, but definitely start looking at those things and just recognizing that some things trigger things in you that are keeping you from your happiness. So it's time to get on the boat. Get on the boat and move on, move forward to some calmer waters. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. If you have any questions or want to know more about shadow work, I can find some resources for you because it's something that I recently started doing myself. Comment and let me know if you want some of those additional resources. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.